with some flour, plain flour, at 360 grams. And then we've got some baking powder, about 15 grams of that. And then some salt, about 20 grams of salt. So obviously the flour, we know what we're going to use. The flour, the baking powder, obviously, is going to create a little bit more gas, which will make the batter lighter, and then obviously seasoning. Now here, at the restaurant, we use some fairly advanced type of starches, which aren't that easy to get hold of. So mix all these in. Right, so that's the dry part ready. And now I need to add my liquid. So what I'm going to do is add 375 grams of beer. And then the same, about 375 grams of sparkling water. Okay, then give them all that. Give it a little mix. Again, one of the key things to this recipe is getting enough CO2 in there, getting enough stuff that's going to create gas, which will then expand the batter, so you'll get a much sort of lighter, more bubbly texture. And it's important to work quite quickly at this point, because you want to sort of keep as much of the fizz in the batter as possible. Can you feel the tension? So now, once that's gassed up, bowl of flour, plain flour, and another bowl for the batter. I'm going to use Basque groper, just very classical technique. Just dip it in flour first, and then for the batter, so now what you've got here, you have very light aerated batter. Here we go. Coat the fish into the oil. What I want to do with this is just spread some more, and then when you be careful in the oil, just pulse it. If you dip it straight in, it'll shoot the fresh batter off. And you can just build up these beautiful layers of batter. Once it's hard enough to support itself, flip the fish over, which I'll do now. So I'm doing the same thing on the other side.
Good batter fish ratio.
Just layering the batter on. So while that's finishing off, we're going to serve this with a recipe of mine that you guys probably never have heard of, triple cooked chips. And you know the main things, you cut your potatoes, rinse the starch off, cook them in water, cook them for long enough until they start to break up. See these little bits like this? That's really important because fat only goes into a potato where there's a crack. It won't go in otherwise. And chips without fat, well, you might as well eat something else. There, so if you can see now, all those bubbles that have come up from that batter, the fish is nicely protected.
That's massive. That's a steak. That is a steak.
I'm just going to leave that rest because now there's enough steam built up on the inside. The thinner part will be done, the thicker part another minute or 2 minutes. So just leave that now. It should just finish off cooking. And then, so we're back to the chips. You've done this. You've created those cracks. Lift out of the water, very delicate. You chill them down, then you cook them in oil. Then the first fry, 130 degrees, and you just then gelatinize this starch that's collected on the outside, firms up the chip, and then the final cooking, 180. Okay, so that's the fish ready. So to finish this off, I've got some of the triple cook chunky chips. In here, it's mushy peas. So this are flash frozen peas. All they've done is warmed up, crushed them with butter, salt, pepper, and mint. And that's it. And then SAS of the fish and chip fish. And then I'm serving that with, which for me was the smell of a fish and chip shop from my childhood. It's just the juice from pickled onions. Okay, Laura, Ben. Okay, so let's cut into this fish and see. Oh yeah.
Crunchy.
Not bad, Heston.
Right, and then welcome to my chippy.
Superb.
Right, so there's my perfect fish and chips. Takes me back to my childhood and my love of the chippy. Thank you.